guys, it's James Silver here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Thank you very much for tuning in again for another Hashtag Tips Tuesday. We are on the third in our 8-part series for tips for sellers. And today we're going to be talking about figuring out your net proceeds at the end of a sale. So the closing costs that you could run into do vary regionally. It's always going to be worth you seeking out some advice from someone that's local to your area. I can tell you all about what your closing costs are going to be in St. Petersburg, which is in Pinellas County, Florida. I couldn't tell you exactly what they're going to be in Chicago because there's local variations to this. But I'll just try and overview the general items that you could run up against, and then it will kind of at least give you something to work with. The first item that's worth considering, because you're going to be paying it regardless of where you are, is your taxes. Now, generally speaking, your tax bill is paid at the end of the year. So what that means is that if you were to move house in June, at closing there's going to be a line item that's showing as a credit from you to the buyer, which is for the first 6 months of the year taxes, because basically when the new owner goes to pay the bill at the end of the year, you're providing them the money, the funds to pay for the period of time that you lived there before they took ownership. Second point is real estate commissions. Now this will have been arranged in advance with your listing agent, whoever you're working with to get your house on the market. So you should have a pretty good idea as to what that could be. Generally it's going to be a percentage of the sales price. I'm not going to get into too much depth as to how much should be paid, different types of listing services out there, because that's a whole nother topic. But what I will say is you get what you pay for. So if you pay bottom dollar to get a limited service, don't expect for smooth or as good a transaction throughout the whole process, because you're doing a lot more of the legwork. Generally speaking, get full service. That way you have someone walking you through the whole process from start to finish and making sure everything stays on track. So number 3 is the title insurance and the doc stamps. These are both fees that will vary regionally as to how much they will actually be. At least in St. Petersburg, they are fees that fall onto the hands of the seller, so that's something else for you to be factoring in. Number 4 may or may not be the case. It just kind of depends on what style of contract you've got put together, but it could be any money that may need to be allocated towards repairs for something that could be wrong with the property. And number 5, again, can vary depending on if you own the property outright or not, but it's however much may be left on the balance of the mortgage. So if you owe $100,000 left on your mortgage that you got when you moved into the house, that obviously gets paid off at closing as well. So what you do, you take your estimated sales price, you take away number 1, the taxes, 2, real estate commission, 3, doc stamps and title insurance, 4, repair budget, 5, your mortgage balance. That figure at the end will give you a rough idea as to what you're going to walk away with at the end of the sale, and it kind of can help you then know what you may be able to put into your next house as well. I hope that this gave you a good overview, or at least a starting point as to how you're going to work out your net figure. If you have any comments or questions, please do put them in the video below, as well as liking the video. Subscribe to the channel for more weekly updates with Hashtag Tips Tuesday. All other social media at jsilverrealtor. This is James Silver, hashtag Brit in the Berg, and I will see you soon.